Time is just gone. 20 minutes past 8 as we begin this morning looking at youth and views, and we're going to be crossing over shortly to the Redhill School, where parents and students are also picketing outside the Redhill School. Now, this comes against the background of the Redhill School issuing a communication with regards to the children expressing concern children with regards to what is taking place in Palestine. Now, the key issue here is as far as young people are concerned, and we see young people right across the entire world who have expressed their concern with regard to Palestine, who have expressed their solidarity with Palestine. And this morning, the Salam Media team is out there, and you can log on to the Salam Media Facebook page where you can view the protest that is taking place. But also, our crossover live this morning is with Adila Sirkot, who is standing by at the Redhill School. Adila, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, come.
Adila, assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Well, we are obviously having a bit of a problem, but we have seen those visuals coming through out of Redhill, where we've seen people in the background picketing, holding out placards and protesting. Adila, assalamu alaikum.
Amazing.
We are obviously seeing Adila conducting an interview with someone, and it does appear as if it's one of the learners out at Redhill School. And we will definitely just looking at the visuals there. Redhill School, obviously, when one looks at the situation in Sandton, it's on a very, very busy road. And from what we can just see, the traffic that is going through, and there appear to be quite a number of people. It appears that the parents obviously are standing by and picketing. There are placards as well. Adila, assalamu alaikum.
Not even people on the
Yeah.
Oh, I see Salailo there. Salailo, assalamu alaikum. How are
Assalamu
you doing?
alaikum. Good morning. We're coming to you live from Redhill School, where the students have organized a protest. This comes after a message that was sent out by the school principal that the students themselves and the school itself will not be making part, taking part in the conversations around Israel and Palestine. In the past week or two, we've been seeing visuals and a lot of atrocities coming from that side of the world. And the students of Redhill School formalize and organize themselves to basically protest and to speak up against the school's management and leadership, which sent out a message about the school itself not going to participate in any type of dialogue regarding the Israel and Palestine issue. So I have a former student next to me right now. Can I get your name?
So my name's Isabella Leslie Miller. I was at Redhill. My matric year was 2016.
So you're former alumni of the school. Can I just quickly ask you what prompted you guys to organize this this march, this protest?
So the executive head of the school released a memo that said that Redhill didn't want to, support or encourage any dialogue on their campus about Israel and Palestine. And as the alumni community, we're pretty in touch with each other, and we were really angry because we know that the school is a space where dialogue can happen. So we said that this was completely out of character and wrong, and we were upset about it.
As young South Africans, people that understand the history of South Africa and where we come from as a country, how important was it for you to organize this and make sure that the school listens, number one, and the issues regarding Israel and Palestine are discussed and a dialogue is had at the school?
Yeah, it was really important because I think as South Africa, we have a responsibility to call out apartheid when we see it, right? So I think particularly for young South Africans, it's important for us to acknowledge what happened in the past because we weren't there to see it. So for us, we need to learn about it, internalize our learning, and then act on that information. And I think that's what people need to do right now about Israel and Palestine. Our goal here for this protest is to get the school to acknowledge, firstly, that it's a multicultural community. I mean, Redhill isn't a Jewish school. They're a non-denominational, multicultural, diverse institution. And so for them to not take a stance is fine, but I think in this particular instance, not taking a stance is implicitly siding with Palestine. So that was very problematic, and Redhill need to apologize for their statement.
Have you been in communication with the school's management, principal, anyone at all?
So, not direct communication. The group of protest organizers received a message from Joseph Darasi, the school's executive head, saying that they wanted to sit down and have a bit of a chat, an informal session before the protest. Unfortunately, a bunch of us were members of the Black Lives Matter protest that happened several months ago as well. And the Alum for Action community know that that kind of dialogue just doesn't work with this management community. We sat down and the dialogue wasn't in good faith and it wasn't conducive to reaching a sort of conclusion. So apart from that communication, no.
What would you consider as a success from this march, from this protest?
An apology, first off, for making the statement that students aren't capable of having a rational discussion. And secondly, for Redhill to acknowledge that what's going on in Palestine is deeply, deeply, deeply problematic. And as a liberal South African institution, they should support that. And more than that, that it's a multicultural institution, that they don't support one point of view.
Okay, no, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. As you can see behind me, the visuals are not representative of what was happening earlier. It was really charged about 15 to 20 minutes ago. You know, there were a lot of people. There were a lot of students and a lot of their parents who came out in support of this march against the censorship. So I'm with another young person here. Can I get your name?
I'm Mohammed Muthala.
Mohammed, do you go to school?
I used to be at Redhill. I matriculated last year.
Last year, okay. So what does it mean for you, to attend this march? What was the reason behind, you leaving whatever you're doing and coming here today and saying, in the cold in the morning, I'm also going to be marching here?
Well, I suppose a lot of things. Mainly, it's because I want to raise awareness for Palestine. There are innocent women, there are innocent men, there are innocent children who are being targeted and attacked every single day. They're being shot at, they are being killed. Thousands of children have been killed. They are injured, they lose their hearing, they lose their eyesight. And that's on a daily basis. And when Redhill said that this matter shouldn't be debated, it frustrated me and infuriated me, actually. Who are they to say that you're not allowed to bring up human rights? You're not allowed to speak for human rights. You're not allowed to speak on behalf of the Palestinians to raise awareness for what's happening there.
And did you come with anyone else from family, or it was just yourself?
I came with my mother, I came with my father, I came with my sister, I came with my brother.
The whole family was here.
The whole family was.
How important do you think it is for young people, especially in South Africa, to speak out about the injustices that are happening not only in South Africa but around the world?
It's really important. I mean, the youth are the future of this nation. And for them to get an understanding, for them to learn about it, they'll be able to formulate their mindset in future, and they'll be able to make decisions in future and be on the right side of history by supporting the Palestinians. When you tell students that they can't bring this topic up, you're essentially brainwashing them. You're brainwashing them to believe that it's not an important human right, when it's an apartheid, it's a genocide, it's an ethnic cleansing. And it's important for students to learn about this, so in future, when they become the next leaders, they'll make the right decisions to save Palestine.
If you could say anything to the leadership of Red School, either the principal or the management as a whole, what message would you like to send to them?
Disappointed. I'm really disappointed. I mean, they supported every single other protest. But when it comes to a matter of religion, when it comes to the matter of Palestinians, they are silent. They silence everyone else, and they tell us that it's not a topic to be debated at school, when every other topic was debated at school. So I'm really disappointed. I think major changes need to be made.
Well, there you have it. The sentiments, are echoed around everyone that attended the march here. It's disappointment. It's being enraged against the school's management, particularly the principal. And it looks like the students are ready to take on the fight to the school to make sure that what they want, which is the issue of Palestine and Israel, to be discussed and a dialogue to be had in the school is going to happen. But from us here at Redhill School in Sandton, Assalamu alaikum.
That was our very own Salailo Makudiri outside the Redhill School. And as you can hear, extremely strong sentiments coming through from young people. And the point we had made earlier and also last night, where we discussed the impact and the consequences of this brutal aggression that is taking place against the Palestinians. It has woken up a sleeping giant. It has woken up people right across the world. And it has woken up young people who now identify very, very strongly with the struggle of the people of Palestine.